Shakia.
Got the knowledge, y'all.
Hi guys, my name is Guru Shakia and welcome to my beautiful channel. Today we are going to discuss why I chose to be celibate. Now this is a video that I made previously in the past, but I went on a deleting spree and I later regretted it as always. But I'm back with it again because this is something that I'm actually struggling with and I actually made a long-term choice with a while ago in my last relationship. And I feel like this is a time where I'm being the most tested upon this choice. So basically I chose to be celibate 2 years ago after getting out of a really abusive relationship with my ex. It was basically a situation where neither of us knew ourselves. We were basically lost souls living together, trying to make love work, not even realizing what love is, not knowing who ourselves were. You know, we were just trying to make something work that wasn't supposed to work, trying to be together and we weren't meant for each other and things of that nature. Prior to that relationship, I was actually sexually active a lot as well. I was a person who didn't know how to differentiate sex and love. And it wasn't something I was aware of until after this last particular relationship. Now, I chose to be celibate basically because I was tired of meaningless relationships, or relationships just based on the physical, on sex, and nothing else, nothing stimulating to the mind, the soul, and anything like that. I was also just tired of getting so emotionally involved over people who did not care for me or people that I didn't really like. And then I recently had to struggle with, actually, I'm not gonna lie, I actually struggle. It's not an easy choice to be celibate. And it's something that you don't just choose it and like everything goes away. You no longer think about sex. You're no longer thinking about engaging in contact with others. But it's one of those things where it's discipline and it's a lifestyle. Now, I was doing quite well with it, and I have my on and off days. It's like you have to have faith in your journey that someone good is going to come along. So that was another reason that I went celibate, is because I figured, I feel that, okay, if I have a soulmate, which I think everyone does, I have a soulmate, well, God's going to send him to me. It's going to be the right person. I should wait for that person. Now, I was recently put in a situation where I lost faith and I basically was so close to like giving up, and I was looking for a friends with benefits. And I hate admitting when I, mess up, but we're all human. It happens. It's human nature. But I figured out this. I made this video because I was just reevaluating why I made this choice in the first place. And basically, I would have made the biggest mistake in my life because once sex is done, it's pleasurable in the moment, but what's after the fact? Like, I felt like if I chose that person or anyone else to do that with, what would have came after? I feel like everything is empty after, and then just having meaningless sex is just not where it's at for me. And I feel like I'm old enough now to want the real thing, to want marriage. And I feel like, well, I had to reevaluate myself and be like, well, no, why did you do this in the first place? This person isn't your husband. Your husband is going to come when it's time, basically. And this is just a time in my life where I'm being really tested on my choice of being celibate. And maybe just me sharing my story will enlighten someone else or help someone else, or maybe you're celibate as well and you need a reminder of being celibate, or maybe you want to try it, or maybe you just want to know. But I feel like I'll make this video for you guys today. But I do feel like I chose to be celibate because I was just tired of meaningless relationships. I've always been the person that could not differentiate sex and love. So I'll automatically I can't, I have to pick the right person, because if I can't differentiate the two, that's not good. I've always been very overly emotional with sex, so it's like I can't just frivolously give that away. And I do believe that you form bonds and connections with people, energetically, mind, body, and soul wise. Like, I feel like everyone you do that with, you form an attachment with, whether you're conscious or unconscious of it. You do form these relationships with others. So I feel like if you have a large body count, for example, you're being pulled each and every way without you realizing it. Like, you might be overly emotional, you might feel like abused, you may feel used, you may feel like you're overextending your energy and things of that nature. I do feel like it's sacred. Now, again, I'm human, so sometimes I fall in and out of faith. But now I'm trying to get back on track and make this video to remind myself even of why I chose this path. But again, if it's something that you're interested in, it is something that helped me quite tremendously in my life, because before I used to only focus on the physical, but when I put that on pause, I was able to focus on myself, on self-development. The moment I put that on hold for my last relationship, for example, and I focused on CNA school, I had finished that school and I completed something long-term for the first time in my life. I figured out that I can do anything. Now, I'm in a situation again where I'm thinking about going to school again, and I feel like I was so close to falling off track, and I know how emotional I am when I get intimate with another person. But basically putting that on pause helps you get your mind right, help you get focused on yourself, help you, achieve your goals, because in this society, especially the youth and the young generation, or older people too, we get this society is so overstimulated in sex that that's our main focus, and we're always like looking for the next sexual connection with people. We're always looking to just get laid and things of that nature, and that it takes our mind, energy, and focus off of our goals, our long-term goals, what's going to help us in the long run. I think we get so caught up in quick fixes and pleasures that we don't realize that we're doing more harm than good. And then, like, for example, okay, if you're too busy frivolously looking on Tinder, your energy is going all to like one night stands and hookups, when that energy could be focused on, okay, who do I really want, who do I really like, what do I really like, who do I really want to spend my time with, what's going to benefit me in the long run. Like, do I really want this person just for one day? It's like we're taking our energy away from what really matters. Or time that we're sitting on being on dating sites, we could actually be improving our leveling up so we can meet the person that's leveling up as well, things of that nature. But it is something that I feel is sacred, and again, I'm human, so it varies, but so far I've been able to stick with my choice. And this is just a reminder why I'm doing it, and just, I don't know, I just want to share with you guys. But that is why I chose to be celibate, and I'm continuing to work on myself, so that's why I'm choosing. So from this day forward, even though I had like almost a lapse, I'm choosing again, for example, to remember why I started it. And basically, I keep hearing from my guys, stick to the plan. Basically, I'm just trying to level up again, and I can't afford to just frivolously, just give my energy away like that, especially on an intimate level, because my mom always says, why risk falling? So like, if let's say you lay with someone who's not on the level of trying to get where you are, you become that person, you stoop to their level. Whereas if you just wait for the person that's leveling up or has leveled up like you, and you guys can be together, then that's a whole nother energy. You guys can be on the same wavelength. But yeah, so that's it, you guys. Why I chose to be celibate, and peace.